My goal is to attack within that area. So here's now for just a second. When I work here, the drill is, it's 22 movements. I'm not expecting everybody to master it, just to get the idea of where I'm striking, where I'm attacking. So the first drill, I'll just kind of run through it with you, is when I come in and make the stab to the stomach, or stab to the stomach, rotate so I make that hole, pull it out. Okay, so make a little bit of a hole in there. Cut to the carotid comes across with the stab to the side of the neck. She comes around. If an arm is swinging here, I can get my control, my double block, extend out, pull across to the side of the neck, come in the other direction. If the arm's coming from the other side, I've got my double check, pressing it down, comes into the neck, rotate the hips out. Coming from the hips to shoulders, 1, 2, shoulder to hip, top of the head. If I get into a power assisted cut from the sternum, straight down, and come in real slow. Comes into the femoral, stomach, right into the diaphragm. Pressing the head down, base of the neck, moving across, cutting the neck to the side, and I'm recovering out to the next person. You have one partner, you have multiple strikes, so that way you can learn movement. So when we start this, just keep things as simple as possible. Okay, look for neck, look for body. What I'll start with normally, I hit the stab, rotate, pull, 1, 2, and I'll hook punch. If I'm thinking this like maybe striking, I've got straight punches, hammer fist, hook punches, or elbows. That's where I will be coming in with the blade. Part of the drill sequencing, I've cut everything up here, high. The next one's going to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are bigger movements. Okay? We're talking about to the neck. It's more of a short arcing motion here to attack. Okay, coming from the body, it might be a little bit bigger. Now, where this plays in, if I'm learning from the body, if he was to throw, I don't know, kick, punch, I don't care. I come into the arm. Okay, I come into the arm, come into the leg, and work this arcing motion upwards from the hip to the shoulder, hip to the shoulder. If I wind up getting in here and hit the arteries, he's going to bleed out. Wind up hitting into the lungs, hitting into the liver. This is where the arcing motion will come in. So in the movement, it's coming from here, from the hips to the shoulder, hips to the shoulder with my movement on my hips. Coming from the shoulder to the hip, shoulder to the hip, and then straight down. Now if you have a blunt end, of course you can smash to the skull. I can cut into the face. In this case, I'm coming from the sternum. Hand comes here. So the last part of the drill, after I get this upward stab, okay, we'll take the concept of target A, target B. We'll go target A, target B. If I hit target A, target B comes forward. If I hit target B, target A comes forward. So when I stab upwards, this is the next target. My hand presses here. So if you stand up for me a little bit, I'm not going to push him down because here, be strong. I can't really push his head down without using a lot of strength, straining on his neck. I want to come to the line from his ears to the base of the skull. This is the balance point of the person's head. And I'll pull them in. Okay? So I come up. Doesn't matter how much you resist this, I pull him here. So I'm exposing his neck. Come up, straight down into the muscles of the neck or the spine. If you're using the backhand, you can use the butt end of the knife to strike to the skull. You can use a control tool to hit to the spine here, hit to the shoulder blades. Of course, you can always come into the sides of the neck. But in the drill, I'm coming straight down, and then I'll do it the other way as you can see too. I come underneath the other direction, so I'm clearing, so I'm not going to cut myself. I step out, I make the final cut, and I'm away. Okay. So on this side, so you can see, I hit the stab, hook it, come up into the neck, come underneath. Notice how I'm moving his head, and my arms are not in line with the blade. Get that to the side. As I'm starting to cut here, I step, and I go away from him. You had 5 minutes, but you were talking. Okay, so what I want to work starting off with, okay, we're just going to get right into it, is kind of a stick-up, where he's holding the knife to my neck here. Okay, this is a very, very dangerous and scary situation, because the second I screw up, I'm done. Okay, so here we teach two-dimensional as a static position and static movement, where I can work my movement to strike, and I can work to get a 2-on-1 grip or strike the arm and go from different opportunities and positions. Okay, this is static because he's not really being an aggressor. He's more or less being uke, a good dummy for me, and giving me a little bit of pressure here. Because the idea is, as soon as I move, as soon as I flinch, you cut. Okay, good. He has the intention to do that. Ready? I'm here. Okay. I felt that. Okay, so this is the idea. He's here. We're going to work long range, and we're also going to work in close, short range. There is a difference on the movement. Right now, we're working on long range. I'm here. My body's engaged. This is the worst position I can be in. I'm in a neutral stance. My body's engaged, and I'm here. I'm scared. Okay, what do you want? You want money? You want keys? You want my kids? What do you want? Attack. Okay, and then notice I'm getting the control of the wrist. Okay, I'm just slapping. What I want to do is I want to take my palm heel, and I want to drill his sternum past his spine. That's how I get control of it. If I can get control of it here and come in, and I keep his wrist to my hip, pull your arm out. Pull.
I gotta take his whole body with me.
Exactly, exactly. Versus, pull it up. He's got the knife. Okay, so when he has this to my neck, oh, please, what do you want? What do you want? Money, wallet, kids, car, attack. Okay? Then, as I'm hooking here, I'm coming underneath, I'm getting to the elbow. Now, some of you Kung Fu guys, we work the strike to the elbow, but that's trained, okay? That is a trained concept. I want to keep it simple. If I can get control, just like we talked about here, one below the elbow, one above the elbow. I'm able to hook this in, this comes to the hip, I'm in here close. Now, he may have another weapon, I don't know, but right now I'm stabilizing the blade. Okay, from this point, I can move and get to the other side. Now I'm on the outside here. I am in a better position. His other hand is far enough away from me, so if he's trying to reach around, I can shove the shoulder in, I can sweep him out. If I want to crush his legs down, I can crush his legs down. If I want to be really mean and kick his legs out, I have that option available. Okay, pull him, kick him in the face. You have lots of toys that you can play with at this point. But I need to first not get cut. Okay? Here. So we're working the technique. Oh, baby, don't hurt me. Strike, and I come in. Now, a lot of you are getting wrestling from this point. You see how people are moving around. Well, as I come in here, where's my back leg? Right there. Okay? So I'm in. Boom, boom, boom. I'm getting this position. Now I can move here. Now I can start working my knees. Okay? Give a little deterrent, a little incentive to let go of the knife. This is, again, this is stacking. We're going to be building to get to the actual pressure drill with this. Okay? And then now, I'm the bad guy. Okay?
Now you go to jail.
Now I go to jail. Okay, listen. If I take him down, if I get, well, he's the aggressor. Okay? This is really scary. He's the aggressor. We're talking now a little bit illegal. I get this, I get this, I get this, maybe I throw him, and now I do this. Now I'm the bad guy. Now I'm the one being judged by 12 and probably sentenced. But if it's here, and maybe accidentally goes here, okay, he still has a knife in his hand. My goal in self-defense is not to fight like an MMA fighter. My goal in self-defense is to get the hell out of the situation and go home to my family. That's the overall goal to this. So when he holds a knife in, he's in aggressive. Oh, please, 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 honey, what do you want? What do you want? Here, here, take my money. Boom, hit, knee. Okay, I've got the control. Knee strike. Now again, shove to the hip. This is what I was talking about change. This is the transition right here to here. So I can come around and I step. Okay, I'm making a circular motion. I don't want to stay here where he can reach the blade. Okay? I want to make sure I'm moving around where he can't reach the blade. Then if I have to change my grip, I can change my grip. Then if I want to go to something else, I can go to something else. That's fine. But again, don't get cut. All right? Let's try it. And he got jumped by 5 people. The prequel to this is he was standing in line, and these knuckleheads came in, and that's what they are, they're knuckleheads. Okay? They came in, they cut in line, and all he said, the provocation was, hey, there's a line for a reason. Okay, there's a line for a reason, good. They were waiting outside for him. He came outside, he had grocery bags in hand, they jumped him, they punched him in the face, they kicked him, they beat him to the ground, to the car. He never once let go of his bags. He never once tried to fight back. He froze. That is fight, flight, and freeze. Freeze is what we don't want to do. Freeze is what we're trying to break away from here as an introduction. So if I'm getting in Mr. Grant's face, and I'm very aggressive, come here, we're going to have a nice conversation, you and me. Okay? He needs to do something now, quickly, and with intent to continue it to the ground. If he has to put me on the ground, not him. Okay? He has to do something with intention to survive. Okay? Not play patty cake, because that's not going to work. Okay? If I get to a point and he's in, and be aggressive, verbal, aggressive. Hey,
Yeah, you're running. You're
okay,
walking.
okay.
Get it.
Take it,
Go,
here,
go.
here, take the money. Get it, drop the knife! Drop the knife now! What's the difference? What goes through his mind when I turn up the heat? Is he scared? Am I scared? Of course I'm scared. I know what the knife can do. Of course, if I want to do any kind of technique to finish, I can. Comes down to fight, flight, and freeze. So this round, what I want you to do is start picking up the aggression a little bit. Okay? This is the basic. This is the basic. We start to understand the position. We start to understand the movement. Now become a little bit more verbal with it. Okay? You all know each other in here? Friends, your family? Say something that'll get to them. Try to push their button to make them scared. Okay? This is a knife. It's rubber. It's not going to kill you. Okay? Come here. Is that real or fake? Well, you know it's fake because it's a game. Okay? This is a game. This is a drill. This is a seminar. But what if it wasn't? What if I had about that second to come in and start cutting? What is he going to do? Okay? So let's start to make this real. Amplify it a little bit. Give it some verbal. Okay? So have fun with it. Go. I bring my hand up here. In this case, he's using his left hand. So I get my palm up here to cover my heart, just like the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay? So I come up here, as tight as possible. Pull your arm out. It's very hard. He'll get it eventually. But the problem is, it's getting stuck on his wrist and his hand. Okay? Pull your arm out here. Very easy. No matter how tight I have, just pull it out. And now I've got the blade in it. Okay? So, coming from the upper makes you want to try harder. It makes you want to put a little bit more effort into it. It makes it a little bit more fun. Okay. First off, I do want to say thank you guys all for coming out to this. Okay? Again, some of you I'm preaching to the choir in terms of knives, in terms of knife fighting, knife self-defense, situation awareness. Okay? Some of you are brand new, never done this before. So it's a good introduction, and I appreciate you all coming out for that. You can take away anything from this seminar. If you can take away anything from this seminar, think about what this seminar has done for you. Whether it's built a technique, whether it has helped you learn to develop more on situation awareness, whether it's learned to help you develop more on controlling yourself as a response for the fight, flight, and freeze syndrome. Take one thing away and build on it. Some of the stuff you presented here today is very basic. You get more advanced with it, you start hyping it up, you start getting orders, you start implementing firearms training, whether it's defensive tactics for police, military, or civilian. Things will escalate very, very quickly. Okay? So make sure you constantly train. What we went over today are basics. Learning the efficacy of a blade, how it can be used to attack you. Learning the efficacy of your self-defense techniques, how they can be applied, and then putting them under pressure. Pressure testing is key. If you don't pressure test it, you have no idea if it's going to work for you or not. Okay? You have no idea how you can adapt it. Are there any questions, comments, concerns? Well, again, thank you all for coming out. I definitely appreciate it. I hope you'll have a great rest of the day.